no decisions were made or votes or anything during the executive session. And we can move on to Food Policy Council.
Okay. So there's a couple things that I wanted to discuss. At our last meeting, we talked about consolidating kind of the Food Policy Council regular meetings with LCUAS meetings, just because these do happen, regularly. And it's already built into the agenda to talk about Food Policy Council, and a lot of people notice that there is overlap between the things discussed. With that being said, we did the council likes having the virtual component. So I don't know if it's possible to maybe provide a virtual component to these meetings live, but not for board members, obviously for just people who wanted to participate. We just wanted to look into what that would look like, or if you have any, if you think that it would be a good idea to do that to consolidate the meetings.
Well, we can't because the state doesn't allow us to do that. So
To do virtual?
The virtual. No, not this meeting, but Food Policy Council can.
But, yeah.
So what you're suggesting is that they come in on a Zoom, or, because they meet every third month?
In person.
In person,
Yeah.
so they can come here, and then we just stagger them.
Okay.
But you're saying that as a committee, we can't meet virtually, we have to physically.
Yeah,
be here.
that's
But-
true.
But if we did the food policy like last item, we could adjourn our meeting and then they could do food policy, but we're done, you know what I mean? So that they can listen in if they want to listen in to us, they just can't partake, But we have to be here, if that helps.
Well, they can also give a report Zoom-wise, or no?
Well, because you would be here, right, Sabrina?
Right.
You'd be, so she would be the representative for food policy, but the group that
And they can't
helps,
speak?
they would just be attendees, they would be.
This would be public, it'd be public, and it's kind of, I guess like our public comments.
Yeah, that would be nice too. I mean, it's kind of built into this agenda. You have the public comments, so people who aren't a part of the board can go ahead and sign up to do public comment if they'd like to add something. But they are getting this opportunity to discuss things that fall under the Food Policy Council issues. And then from there, we can meet as needed when Food Policy Council needs to meet on specific issues or have their own meetings. That was a thought.
The only other issue is also timing this, because I don't know how much time that would add to the meeting. And we have people from the city here, and they, probably have time constraints and stuff, so,
Right. Well, so may I suggest that we come up with some sort of a idea or plan and send it out to people, and then at the next meeting, see if people are interested. They're always invited to come, always.
Yeah.
How much does it overlap with food policy and LCUs? Like, is it a lot
Or
or?
not.
Yeah.
So, would we, like, how could we combine,
Well, during the Food Policy Council report, I would just bring up the issues that pertain to specifically to Food Policy Council, which I already do at those Food Policy Council meetings, and then there's discussion, or maybe sometimes it's just like notifications, or, be advised, this is happening, but it's essentially the same thing. So-
Well, they've also kind of looked at all the five-year plan and see where their organization is tying into the different, milestones that we're trying to meet in the five-year plan. So why don't you come up with some way of being able to report that they're always invited? I think during public comment, you also allow, right, some back and forth, and it's nothing, zero, or is it with the?
Technically, we're not supposed to.
Technically, no.
One way.
I mean, I think we can, I think we can provide information, so it's not supposed to be totally walled off, but we try to totally wall it off. Because you cannot, my understanding, you cannot go back and forth, you cannot respond directly. But if some citizen comment provokes, some information that would be useful, then somebody can sort of announce that information, but you're not supposed to have the back and forth. Not supposed to be a response.
So,
So how does that?
but there could be like, for instance, she's doing a committee report. There's no reason why, whoever wants to come and
Be a part of the
be a
committee report?
that they can be.
Which is
As long as
probably.
it's within 5 minutes, a 5-minute type of window.
The citizen comment back and forth is to prevent an item becoming an agenda item.
Right.
Because that has to be announced to the public 72 hours before. So that's why they're walled off.
Okay.
That makes sense, I never knew that. So, shall we just,
Yeah, I'm with you, Juanita. If we can, they're more than welcome to come, more the merrier, You just gotta figure out.
like, they can report during their thing, but it's a limited amount of time. So it doesn't like become like a meeting for the council, because that takes time.
Yeah.
And they're more than welcome to meet after the meeting, for half an hour or something.
Will they be able to attend virtually rather than, I know we have to attend in person, but looking for them to attend the meeting virtually? Like just say we set up like a WebEx meeting, and even though they don't speak, they can listen in on the meetings in real time? Or is that
That's my
something
question.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking, that it would just be them listening in, but not actually, conversing with us, because that'll make it long. But if that's all they were doing, let's say just listening, I don't want to see a problem with that.
But the purpose is because it's kind of interfering with some people that are in both committees, I think. So do you think they're gonna wanna go, they're gonna have time for both, or do you think they'll attend just to listen without having to get things done, or?
So you mean, will they have time for both meetings? So that was the purpose of consolidating.
Yeah, so I'm saying if they can just come in here without doing anything, I don't see, they're invited of course, right? But if you're trying to combine it to kill two birds with one stone, you get me? I feel like if they can't comment, if they can only hear, what's the purpose? Nothing's gonna get done, you're still gonna have to be in both meetings.
Just beforehand, would they?
Well, we can, yeah, let's maybe talk and just try to figure out how that can work, and then we'll bring it back to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little complicated though, because like, if football is council, I'm representing myself, like, the like, one right there. I'm good, so my opinion might be different. So,
Well, we can also explore, every 3 months dedicating, half of the meeting to food policy council issues and the 5-year plan, since it's such a big part of what we're doing. Maybe we do something like that, and that way we are able to do so that come up with something and then we'll send it around.
I want to get some clarification, because my understanding is that continue to be in committees and continue to be here, have part that hybrid or virtual is not allowed, but yet I am committees that hybrid and virtual is allowed. So, and we just recently went through the city management and attorneys, and it was allowed. At least I can mention one, the community development, we do meet virtually. Or, I'm going to say hybrid. Because we do economic. The economic. I was working with an answer, but so economic. I'm getting a response to that.
Well, as far as I know, that anything
Not
having
that I'm
to do with,
endorsing it, but
well, because this is not really an advisory committee, if it's a local government corporation, which is an extension of city government, and the city government, that's the way I understand. Believe me,
yes,
we tried.
I just got the response. Yes, every meetings are allowed.
just need to get that, clarified. Okay. Okay.
I have one more thing. I think we're just, what we left off on is with the five-year healthy food system plan. We're just, still pending following up with the city on having a discussion of collaboration with the city, so.
That's, Tyler Keene wants, is that the meeting we're talking about?
No, it should be, so according to the motion when the five-year plan was passed, there would be a 3 months follow-up with the city on the update of the five-year plan. So we are still pending, that action. So I don't know if, we need a meeting with the city manager or.
And we just show, and maybe if we don't take with this thing, but he wants, we can show him, and we can show him all the stuff that's happening. Okay.
So a 3-month follow-up on the 5-year food policy council plan.
It's the healthy food system. And that we recently passed, adopted by the city. And then I guess the funding.
The healthy food system plan, who do you want there? City management and
Some of the members of the food policy council will be there as well.
And Tyler was the one who had asked for that, right?
and I can ask
Yeah.
them.
Okay. And so we're kind of looking at that, like, probably, none of this is gonna happen until after the 28th or something like that, is that right? Right. Right, so maybe we can do it after Thanksgiving, 20, sometime after that. Okay.
Okay, that's right.
Okay. Is that it? No. Okay. So if you don't mind, we'll skip the discussion with possible an update on job description for a program coordinator. For the next meeting, is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Do we need a motion for that? I guess we do. So I move to table. I move to table number, thank you. Move to table number 11.
We jumped number 10.
10. No. Oh, we jumped number 10.
Well, we kind of
So
discussed it
we kind of
earlier.
talked about it. So discussion with possible action on update on LCUAS office space and site and cycle house and placement of the fridge. Okay, so I think we discussed it and there's going to be
To figure out how it can happen. So figure out how that happens and communicate with you so that we can get, or any, to get that key passed and get that started.
Okay.
I'll move to table item 11.
Okay,
Second.
all those in favor?
And I'm going to move to combine item 12 and 13.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
So I've been in touch with the, an accountant who's going to provide us with bid. But he's asking for a username and password for the QuickBooks account. I'm not sure if that sounds correct or not, but I'm assuming I would need board approval to release that to him. But at this point, this is just for a bid, not for any kind of services yet.
He basically wants to see all the movements and stuff like that.
I assume so.
Does that seem,
But I don't know if that sounds quite.
Is that common practice?
I don't think so. Doesn't sound like it to me.
Maybe we can ask if does he need that for the bid? So, because I feel like maybe to get the username and password to me, he feels that he already got the job.
Well, it kind of sounds like it, but I mean, I had expressed before
I
that
saw
this
the
is for a
email.
bid, that,
Maybe we can print them for Yeah. So either quote.
See, I think you to do the 990 form, the forms, and then aside from that, if we need a monthly him to handle the books monthly. And maybe that's what he wants to do, but I can try to clarify and say, hey, well, what exactly is it that, should we get clarification first before releasing any information? That sounds all
Are we
right.
getting one or two bids?
Well, we need to get, right now, I've just been talking to Soldo. I can reach out again to,
I don't see, he's like, I don't see why that would be an issue to provide him. Ruben?
yeah.
He's like super ethical.
Well, no, that's fine, but if
He's
it's,
like one of the best in town, so
Well, I guess what you're needing is just a motion from them.
Right.
if we want to do that, or do I just limit it to a discussion?
Yeah, well, first discuss, and if you feel comfortable, like we'll do a motion, I think, or if you discuss with them and you feel comfortable giving it to them, then give it to them. What?
So, there should be a way to provide an accountant's copy of the QuickBooks file, and that's what they would need to start. He did say it wasn't, so I spoke to a CPA. He did say it's not unreasonable to ask for that, because they want to see the amount of transactions, accountants charged by time. He needs to be able to figure out how much time it will take, so he can give you a good proposal.
Okay.
But he did say that to sort of protect it, you could do an accountant's copy of the QuickBooks file, and then that doesn't allow them to do anything to the books. It just gives them a snapshot of where they're at.
So it's a limited,
And QuickBooks would provide, like it's an accountant's copy of the QuickBooks file.
Okay. All right.
Well, if we can do that, if not, it's Ruben Soto, so he's a pretty prominent CPA here in town.
Yeah,
so-
no,
Okay.
you're gold with him, so.
So that's.
So you just want to motion the approval, and then I'll work with him and give him what he needs. Okay.
So move to that.
move
Approve release of information.
to,
An accountant's copy, right?
all right. Well, what?
Well, I'm not sure, this is QuickBooks Online, so I'm not sure exactly how it would work, but
Either or, if he's okay with the accountant's copy, we're great. And if he wants to be able to get in, then we give you authority to,
okay.
give him that.
All right.
Maybe just say, maybe responding like, if you can get the QuickBook accountant's copy and then just say, does this work? Will you be able to provide us a bid with the accountant's copy?
Okay.
And then once I report it to the board and if they approve, then we can move forward.
All right. Okay. Can I have that as a motion? Can somebody phrase that into the motion?
So you want to read it back?
And more or less, to approve release of information of accountant's copy and authority to provide access to QuickBooks if needed.
If needed. Yeah.
Move, anybody second?
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Is that it, guys? Okay.
One last thing. I was just mentioning, I don't know if you know about Giving Tuesday. I was suggesting if LCUAS can create a Giving Tuesday fundraiser through Facebook. So pretty much you just, I don't know, are you familiar with it? It's just like, you create like an event, you can search on Facebook like Giving Tuesday. You explain about LCUAS, like a summary, and then ask people to donate. And then we'll all share it to see if we can get some type of money coming into LCUAS. Because it's money that you just ask for them to donate, and people will donate, and then you'll receive a check. Like every 15 days, whatever you're collecting, you'll receive. And they do take away like a little percentage, but if we all share it and if we can all donate something, I think it'll add up. And it's just something that it won't take you long to just create it, and we can get some type of money. Giving Tuesday is November 28th, right?
Yes. I'm sending you continue the late course.
So then, but you can start it already. Because what usually, organizations do, they start it like 2-3 weeks before, they start running it, and then to be able to get more money, and then you announce, like, Giving Tuesday is today, last day to donate, and then, but you can continue running it after Giving Tuesday. Like, it will ask you when you want to close it. So if you see, we can just share it and try to get as many, dollars in, they will come in, like, even if it's a couple of hundreds, so you never know, maybe thousands, So, but we can all share it and say a little explanation, get your friends, like, hey, help me, by donating to this organization, and then we can get some donations.
There'll be a YouTube how-to video on it.
So ASAP, okay, and we really need it to go up very soon. So, can I entertain a motion to adjourn? First, I'd like to thank the councilwoman for, councilperson, what do you prefer? Counselor.
He says counselor, I'm a council member, counselor,
Okay.
whatever. Melissa.
Our counselor for the district, and really appreciate you attending, and thank you. We're a strong and mighty little board.
Thank you very much.
Motion to adjourn. Thank you.
Second.
Everybody motion to adjourn? Yes.